Hello and welcome to 25 sales or recent sales, mostly in August, bar one, and you'll see why when I get to it. I've tried to pick things that I've shown in hauls, and I've tried to not include too many clothing items. There is a few pairs of shoes. But as I said, I've tried to choose the more interesting things. So starting with this Shruti Carpet Style bag, which I picked up a few weeks ago. It cost me £2, and I didn't know anything about Shruti. I just liked the bag. It was very sort of carpet style bag, as you can see, and it sold quite quickly within a couple of weeks for the full asking price of £19.99 plus £3.50 postage. Then we've got a Clark's pair of leather ankle boots. Same thing, didn't pay an awful lot for them. Wouldn't have paid more than £1, maybe £2 at a push. And again, they've sold quite quickly, even in August. I mean, you think of August as being a summer month, but people are already starting to think about autumn. And again, these sold for £19.99 plus the postage of £3.50. Now these I actually picked up at a jumble sale and they cost me 25p. Yes, you heard right, 25p, and they were Hobbs London, and they sold within about 3 days of listing for £34.75 plus the £3.50 postage. So they were an excellent pickup. If you see any Hobbs shoes, they always sell really well. Then we've got a telephone again. Bought it really cheaply for £1 at a car boot. Sold very quickly, I think within the first week of listing. Again, for the full asking price. Most of my items don't have offers on. Very occasionally, if I'm unsure of the price, I will price it high and then put offers. But the majority of these were just buy it now prices. So this one sold for the £20 plus the £3.40 postage. And it was in lovely working order, this phone. Now then we've got a freebie. This was actually given to me by a friend. She actually used it once and then kind of didn't understand why she'd bought it, and she just gave it to me and I listed it. It did take a little while to sell. I want to say it took about 3 or 4 months to sell, but I stuck to my guns. I didn't want to sell it too cheaply, and I think originally I listed it at $99.99 and then I came down to $94.99 and it sold straight away for that price plus £10 shipping. And now we've got a Patsy Seddon cardigan. Patsy Seddon's quite a well-known designer for Phase 8. Her cardigans have got a distinctive look to them. When you've sold a few, you'll sort of see her look. They're always very pretty, very pastel-y. They've got some sort of special feature about them, normally with coloured buttons or attractive wool, as you can see here. This one did have cashmere in it as well, which helped. And again, it sold in August, even though it's a cardigan, and it sold for £20 plus £3.95 shipping. Now we've got one of my lovely wicker items. I bought this, I want to say only about a week before it sold, and I did show this in one of my hauls. I bought it for £1. I think maybe I undersold it, but you can never tell with wicker whether it's going to sell straight away or not. But this one, excuse me, this one sold for £15 plus £5 shipping. I wasn't sure on the size of it whether it would go for £5 and 5p on the Royal Mail, but actually we managed to get it in as a small parcel, so also made a little bit of money on the postage. Another one of my wicker items, again, not sure again. Oh, and I spelled photographic wrong on that. Oh dear. Anyway, it's still sold. Again, this one I think I bought for £2 and it sold for £18. This one did actually go for the full £5 and 5p shipping. It came in as a medium parcel, but again it sold quite quickly, I think within the first sort of couple of weeks of listing. And I'm quite pleased with £18 from £2 to 18. I think that's great. This is my lovely Tiffany style glass lampshade. Again, I rummaged around in a sort of 50p box, paid 50p for it, and it sold again within a couple of weeks of listing for the full asking price of £24.99 plus £5.75 shipping. And I'm pleased to say it did arrive in one piece. When you send these sort of fragile-ish items, you're always a bit worried that they're going to arrive in pieces, but luckily this one was all fine and he was really happy with it. A Cath Kidston bag. Do look out for Cath Kidston. She is still a very popular designer, especially on some of these unusual patterns. This one that's the bird print is popular. And again, I paid £2 for this bag, and it sold for £35 plus £3.50 shipping. Did take a little while to say I want to sell it. Say it sold within the first 30-day cycle, so quite happy with that. Lovely flat Eric. This is my second flat Eric. I've been very lucky to find him twice. The first time I actually got him free. It was actually buy four toys and get one free. So he was my free toy the first time. The second time I paid 50p for him at a car boot. And he sold once and then the buyer didn't pay. And then as soon as I relisted him, he sold straight away for £45 plus £3.95 shipping. Then we've got some Emilia Lucas sandals. Again, I did show these in a haul. I paid £1 for these, and again they sold quite quickly within the first 30 days of listing, for the full asking price of £19.99 plus the £3.50 shipping. Then we've got a Coast silk dress. This was actually picked up in a bundle of other clothes that the lady was selling. I only paid, I think, either £3 or £1 for this. It was buried under a lot of other clothes. And when I checked it, it turned out to be 100% silk. And again, it sold in its first 30-day cycle for £24.99 plus the £3.95 shipping. This is my fat face dungaree dress. I did actually pay £4 for this, which for me is a lot of money. I don't normally like to pay more than £1 or £2 for items, but because it was new with tags, I knew that it would go quite quickly. And again, it did. It went within about the first week of listing for £34.99 plus £3.40 shipping. Then again, this is one of these items that was 50p. The lady just had a big sheet on the ground. Everything was 50p. So I picked these up, and as soon as I saw the Champneys name, I thought they're going to sell quite well. And they did. They sold again within the first 30 days for £18.50 plus the £3.50 shipping. This I showed in a haul not so long ago. This is my two-handled wheeled basket with the gingham lining. The lining was a bit dirty when I first bought it, so just popped that through the washing machine and it came out lovely. And again, it sold very quickly within a few days of listing for the £24.99 plus the £8.50 shipping. This is my lovely rug. If I'd have had somewhere to put this in my house, I would have kept it because it was really lovely. It only cost me £1. It went to somebody in London, and I hope they're jolly happy with it. And it sold for £24.99 plus £5.95 shipping. Now this is slightly out of the August, as were some of the ones at the beginning were just slightly out of August. But as I covered it in a haul recently, I wanted to show you my lovely mirror again. This sold a couple of days ago for £27.75 and £6.25 shipping. And hopefully that's going to arrive in one piece. I have wrapped it really carefully, lots of extra bubble wrap on that. Now this I actually showed on Facebook because it actually went to a theatre production company in London, and so presumably it's going to be a prop, which is very exciting. It only cost me £1, picked up at a car boot quite recently. And again, it sold really quickly within a few days of listing for £25 plus £5.95 shipping. Now, it did have a little bit of paint on the top of it, which I mentioned and I also photographed, but it didn't make any difference. It still sold really, really quickly. So very happy with that. This is a woven wicker plant pot or waste paper basket that I showed again a few weeks ago. I wasn't sure about pricing it so high, but do you know what? I thought in for a penny, in for a pound. You can always reduce prices after 30 days, but I needn't have worried. It sold within its first 30-day cycle for £19.92, plus again £5.95 shipping, and that's gone off to a lady in Denmark. Now we've got another lampshade or light pendant, whatever you want to call it. This was beautiful. It was all string, and as you can see, it made a lovely sunburst pattern on the ceiling, and it was quite large. I want to say the diameter of it was about 36. Sorry, the circumference of it was about 36. The diameter was about a foot across. So it was quite a big piece. It cost me £2, and again it sold within a few days for £24.99 plus £5 and 5p shipping. Now this is another freebie. This was given to me by a friend of mine. It was a Dunelm duvet set, brand new in the packaging, never be used. And again, wasn't sure how to price it, but I thought, well, I'll put it on for just under the £20 mark. And it sold pretty quickly for £19.22 plus £3.50 shipping. The buyer then contacted me to say it didn't come with pillowcases. Now, I hadn't mentioned at all that there were any pillowcases with it. I literally took the name off the packaging, and that was it. And I thought it was going to be winging its way back to me, but actually she managed to buy some direct from Dunelm, and she was quite happy in the end, so that was a relief. Then we've got a picnic rug. I actually picked up two of these at the same time. I think I paid, I want to say either £3 or £4 per rug, but both sold quite quickly. One sold for £25, which had mohair in it. This one sold for £20, and both sold within a couple of days of each other, so I was really happy with that. And £5 and 5p postage. Then we've got a sweatshirt. There was nothing particularly special about it, apart from the fact that it had the soft kitty, warm kitty quote on it from Big Bang Theory. And so I thought, and it was a big size, it was extra large. So I thought, do you know what, I'm going to stick this on for £20. And it sold really quickly within a week for £20 plus £3.20 shipping. I think I only paid either 50p or £1 for it, so that was a good buy. Now I have had this jacket for a little while. It was an Indian inspired cotton jacket. Didn't have any make on it, apart from the fact it was made in India and the size on it. So I just put all the measurements, obviously, so that people could decide whether it was going to fit them. And I want to say I've had it about 8 or 9 months, so quite a long time, but I have stuck to my price. I wanted to get around £24-25 for it, because that's what I thought it was worth. I only paid £1 for it, and as I said, finally it sold in August for £24.63 plus £3.40 postage. And that's it. So that's 25 sales in or around August, trying to make it a bit more interesting. Hopefully you found that interesting, and I'll see you all soon with another haul or update. Thanks guys. Bye.